Hello and welcome to day 103 of Dungeon23 in this series where we make one room every day for a year. Today is gonna be a pretty simple room and in keeping with the spider aesthetic, well not really aesthetic, but just general theme of their spiders in this room because this floor's kind of looks like a spider web at first, but then we messed up the spacing so it's not gonna look like that for much longer. Anyway, the point is that there are two giant wolf spiders in this cave. Well, not cave, this room. And the way giant wolf spiders work is they're basically just giant spiders, like the giant spider in the monster manual, although the giant wolf spider is also in the monster manual. Although it's weird how it's called like the giant wolf spider. It should have been called like something else, like actually I can't even think of a good name for it because the giant spider like has a web attack. It does poison damage. It can poison you. It's really good and all that stuff. It's like it's very dangerous. It's a lot more dangerous than the wolf spider. The wolf spider is basically a less dangerous version of the giant spider. They're also smaller, with a giant spider being a large creature and a giant wolf spider being a medium creature. Which is weird because typically, like spiders as depicted in D&D are like house spiders, little tiny things that are like very tiny, whereas like in real life, a wolf spider is like very large compared to like house spiders. But that's just kind of whatever. Anyway, it's weird and annoying, but they're really cool because they're easier to fight. Like they're lower HP, lower AC. They don't do as much damage. However, when they bite you, there's a chance of poison, and so long as you're poisoned, you are also paralyzed. Now, of course, there's con saves to end it, as always, but it's still like a very interesting monster. It doesn't have as many options as the giant spider, but it's still pretty intense, and this should be an easier fight, hopefully, because there's CR 1/4, and there's only two of them, so it's just a half, plus at 4 levels, so it's probably going to be like a very easy encounter. But they're still, pretty tough because, you get crits against creatures with paralysis. But other than that, the other things they have going is that they have web sense and web walk, which basically means that they can walk over webbing with no limitations at all. They can just walk over it fine. And web sense, which basically means that they have like advantage. I believe they have advantage on checks, like perception checks, to just notice things in the web, or they have blind sight for like the distance of the web or within a radius of them, so long as it's attached to the web. And obviously they do have spider climb because it's not just spiders. Like lizards have spider climb, which there should just be a separate thing for climbing. Like there is a climb speed that they have, but it feels like there should be a different like speed that's like super climbing or adhesiveness. Well, that's actually what the mimics have. So I don't know. Spider climb works. It's just weird that it has to be a constant ability instead of just a movement thing it has. But I didn't write the monster manual, and I only ever use it for like basic things because what you want to do for the most part is just take a monster from the monster manual and change it around. And actually saying that, it does remind me of one of my first monsters I ever made, and I might put it in this dungeon. Maybe even on this floor because it'd be very appropriate. Hopefully I remember it because I have a few more ideas, but it's going to be later on. So, if you want to see that cool monster I came up with that isn't really all that cool, then like, comment, subscribe. That way these will show up in your notifications more often, or you're recommended. If you want notifications, turn on the bell because it's supposed to work. I don't think it does, but it's supposed to. And other than that, thanks for watching and or listening. And I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to get any better.